LBC News now. Dr. Alan Mendoza, he's Executive Director of the National Security think tank, the Henry Jackson Society. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Issuing an alert about an individual, it's a pretty unusual move for MI5, isn't it?
Yes, very unusual, because by doing so, essentially, you are blowing the identity of the person you're accusing. To go so public in this way and indicating what they know is clearly a demonstration of the confidence of their information, that something very serious is amiss here.
And we have heard about concerns over Russian influence in the past, but China, British intelligence officials say, is now becoming a much higher up their priority list.
Oh, yes. I mean, this is no surprise. I mean, there's been evidence for a number of years that the Chinese have been, at least unofficially, trying to influence British politics. And now we're getting the sort of warnings that we've had today, where there is a very official link and a clear sort of set up by someone who has been accused of doing that very same thing on a formal basis.
What kind of measures need to be put in place to protect MPs from, of course, surrounding themselves by people that might be a threat?
Well, I mean, I think it comes down to several factors. Number one, good background checking of people who are working for you. We've had numerous examples in the past of people, researchers in the Commons who have had themselves unfortunate links, shall we just say. Secondly, it's about, questions of where you get your money from as an MP. I don't mean obviously your salary, but I mean donations to your office for various activities. In this, today's crisis, for example, we know that the Labour Party in various forms has received funding from the individual named. Now, again, there's no suggestion necessarily anything criminal has gone on, but if someone's been unmasked as an agent and has been then in some way, shape or form funding politicians or political parties, then clearly that's something political parties are going to need to be more aware of going forwards. And again, so checking your source.
We've heard of the issue being raised by the former Conservative Party leader, Sir Ian Duncan-Smith, bringing the alert to the Commons this afternoon, confirming it had been emailed out to MPs by the Speaker. How soon should we be hearing from government? Should they take this seriously enough to come to the Commons and give more information about what they know?
Well, I think, yes, now that this has gone round in this form, it's probably quite important that MPs do hear about an attempt to infiltrate Parliament in some way, shape or form, because at the very least, they need to be aware in order to protect themselves from similar attempts. I imagine there may be a few MPs today going around saying, I need to check X and Y, I always had my doubts, now I need to go forward. I think it's notable that one MP who was named today, Barry Gardner, has said that he has been cooperating with security services for a number of years on this subject. So it's quite interesting that there has been a backlog of things going on, but I think more MPs need to be aware of this.
And in terms of international relations with China, they have been not particularly that friendly of late, or certainly the hostility between the West is increased. This is not going to help.
Well, of course not. I mean, but this is part, unfortunately, of, the individual who are concerned here didn't just suddenly turn up, off a boat yesterday. She's been ensconced in the UK for a number of years. So this is a long-term plan by the Chinese authorities. It highlights that whatever has happened recently in, say, UK-China relations or China-Western relations, actually has been a long time in the coming and in the making. And China has certainly attempted to influence and to infiltrate for a number of years before even that relationship turned sour. So let's be under no illusions here. China, for whatever reason, views us as a threat, and it's now time that we viewed the Chinese regime as a similar threat.
Dr. Alan Mendoza, Executive Director of the National Security think tank, the Henry Jackson Society. Thank you.